Podcast City Network.
Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to another illustrious episode of Urban Nerd Weekly. Today is Friday, January the 22nd, and it's 2021. It's also episode 6 of season 7. Thanks for tuning in and nerding out with us today, you guys. On today's Nerd News Update, comedian John Mulaney is investigated by the Secret Service. We got a new Wonka prequel coming out in 2023, and we got news on a brand new Justice League movie. And Donald Trump's last act as president, he pardoned a lot of people. In that list includes Lil Wayne and rapper Kodak Black. The Parler app, which you may or may not have heard of lately, is being taken off of all of the markets, and we'll tell you about why later. We also got to talk about the passing of Hank Aaron. Mr. Henry Hank Aaron, yes, the baseball legend, dies at the age of 86, and we also going to talk about Inauguration Day on today's topic. So tune in, nerd out, on today's episode of Urban Nerd. Urban Nerd. Alright, what's happening, what's trending, guys? It's your boy Spayce back again for yet another episode of Urban Nerd Weekly. So glad you guys could tune in with us and nerd out with us once again. Big shout to my player partner, Nano Kitty Cat. Once again, not able to make the episode, but big shouts out to her. Make sure y'all tune in for Kitty's Adventures. I'll tell you guys more about that later. In the meantime, in between time, don't forget that if you are one of our SoundCloud subscribers, please and thank you for the about the donate button. All those who have donated thus far, your generosity is more than appreciated. Even $1 here and there helps you guys. And to all those that would like to help, please feel free to do so. The donate button is located at the top right on the SoundCloud page of for Urban Nerd Weekly. There, if you are already subscribed, you've probably seen it before. But if you're not, if you subscribe on another platform, you listen on another platform, and you just want to, put a few shillings in the hat for old Urban Nerd Weekly, you guys can drop by soundcloud.com/Urban Nerd Weekly to do just that. So yeah, man, not a lot of opening chatter today that I normally do. It's just, oh God, I'm just kind of tore up, Henry Hank Aaron. We just lost him. We're going to be talking about him in today's topic. Today's topic actually is two topics. We're going to be talking about Inauguration Day as well as a little bit of history on Henry Hank Aaron Jr. So, put a little context into the eyes of people who might not quite know exactly who he is, as well as Inauguration Day, like I said. So, without further ado, I think we should just go ahead and get the show rolling. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks, man, to start off the year with another, legend dying, dude. What is it? Are the legends the sacrificial lambs now? We lost the Black Mamba and the Black Panther last year, and now we lost one of the greatest black athletes to ever fucking put on a jersey. It's just such a great way to start the year, huh? All right, so before we get into today's digital download, I do want to remind you guys to subscribe to the show if you haven't already. If you already have, I very much so appreciate it. Just remember that the show is available on all platforms that podcasts are available. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn. Can't forget about Spotify, our iHeartRadio. Now we on Pandora, so if you fucking with the Pandora shit, man, we on Pandora. You can find us on Pandora now. Pretty much everywhere. I mean, we even on Amazon MP3 and Audible and shit, bro. We worldwide, motherfucker. We on everything except Anchor. We just don't do Anchor. Sorry, Anchor, but we just didn't do Anchor. But yeah, we're available everywhere. And also don't forget to hit us up on the socials. Urban Nerd Weekly is available on the big three, that being Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Urban Nerd Weekly. No underscores, no dashes, and the only space is me. You can also find Nano Kitty Cat on the socials on Twitter and Instagram at nano_kitty_cat, as well as on Facebook at kittycatnano1. There you can check out all the Kitty's adventures, and she's going to have Kitty's Corner coming up on the Urban Nerd Weekly Facebook page coming real soon. Can't forget about me, myself, and I. You can find me also on the big three at Spayce Was Here, SPAYCEWUZHERE. I'm available on all the social media platforms, man. I'll be on everything. I'll be on TikTok. I'll be on Triller. I'll be on shit that don't nobody else be on no more, like MySpace and shit like that. I'll be on everything, bruh. Oh yeah, but if you want to hit me on Snapchat though, you gotta know that's A1 Space. That's the letter A, the number 1, SPAYCE. You know, Snapchat's just a little bit more like I'm mostly fucking with people that I really know on Snapchat, but I'm definitely open to all the Urban Nerd Weekly listeners to hit me up on there if you just guys want to just chat in a snap. I don't know. I'm not doing a fucking commercial for them. It's whatever. But yeah, just a quick reminder about that. We got some awesome content coming out real soon. We got an interview with a chef by the name of Chef LRL. She has her own catering company, and we're going to be dropping an interview for her within the next coming week, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And now it's time to get into today's digital download. In the book section of today's digital download, all titles discussed today are released on January the 20th of this year. We got Scott Blade with Double Man by Scott Blade. We got The Last Thing to Burn by Will Dean, as well as The Yield by Tara June Winch, as well as The Hunting by Stephen Leather, False Hope by Lynn Lee. In the music section of today's digital download, on January 18th, we got Coda the Friend with Lyrics to Go Volume 2. On January 22nd, we got YG Tech with Undeniable, DJ Scheme with Family, The Deluxe Edition, Eric the Architect, Future Proof EP, G Perico with Welcome to the Land, CJ Fly with The Way I Hear It, Volume 1, Lil Skies with Unbothered, 13 and Pharoah Monch with A Magnificent Day for Exorcism. What the fuck? BRS Cash with Cash Only. Young Dolph got Rich Slave, the Deluxe Edition. Don't forget about Pee Wee Longway and Cassius J with Longway Sinatra 2. Ooh, that's gonna be good as fuck. And Dr. Destruction, Planetary Destruction. And that is all for the music section of today's digital download. In the movie section of today's digital download, all titles coming out today, January 22nd, we got Derek DeLegado's In and of Itself coming on Hulu. We got No Man's Land coming in theaters and video on demand, as well as Nocturno coming only in theaters. We got Our Friend that'll be available in theaters and video on demand, as well as True Mothers in theaters, and White Tiger, a Netflix exclusive, is also available on today's digital download. In the video game section of today's digital download, we got Hitman 3 available on PlayStation 5, Xbox X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, Stadia, and PC. We got Terratopia available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. We got Dyson Sphere Program available on PC, available on January 21st, as well as Ride on PlayStation 5 and Xbox X. Sheen available on Xbox One and Switch. Gravity Heroes available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And that is all for today's digital download. Can't let a single episode pass without mentioning the fam. I know y'all heard the drop at the beginning. That's right, Podcast City Network. That's my folks, man. That's the network I'm a part of. That's the network the show, should I say, is a part of. It is an awesome network filled with awesome fucking podcasts. Like the Everett Lee Show and Final Score, Chris Carnage Show, of course, Urban Nerd Weekly, Deathmatch Russell podcast, as well as a few more. Like, we're adding more podcasts as time goes on, man. So it's only a matter of time before, like, you know, we're that network that everybody's trying to be a part of. So y'all might as well just go ahead and join the wave before before it get too popping, make sure y'all hit up podcastcity.net to check out all of the shows on there, including Urban Nerd Weekly, as well as we got merch available, folks. Y'all want some neck gaiters, some book bags, some t-shirts, some long sleeve, short sleeve. Fuck with you folks, man. We got Urban Nerd Weekly, man. Urban Nerd Weekly merch, as well as Podcast City Network merch, as well as merch from all the other illustrious podcasts that are a part of the network. So, you know, if you guys just want to support, or if you in general looking for some gear that's really good quality, that's the other thing I want to mention. This stuff is actually, like, the shirts are actually, you know, good cotton. They're like warm and cozy. They don't like fit weird, and like the pictures aren't all fucked up looking on them. So yeah, just go ahead and check out podcastcity.net/shop to get your looky-loo on. And you know, if you like some, or if you just want to support, go ahead and purchase a little something. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, podcastcity.net. Sliding on over into today's nerd news update. First up on the docket, my man John Mulaney is being investigated by the motherfucking Secret Service. Now, if you don't know who John Mulaney is, he is a hilarious, thin, wispy, Caucasian comedian who has me in stitches every fucking time. Like, ever since I seen his first special, New in Town, I've been fucking, like, a huge fucking fan. And ever since then, he done released specials like The Comeback Kid and Kid Gorgeous, and I think all of them are on Netflix right now, if I'm not mistaken. But currently, my man, and he signed a new deal with Comedy Central to make some shit recently. So that's what the fuck is happening there. He got Netflix and Comedy Central on deck. Oh boy, get that motherfucking money. If y'all didn't know, he also is one of the writers on SNL, which is why we see him on. I didn't know he was one of the writers until I was doing, you know, little research and shit for the story or whatever, but I don't know he's one of the writers, but I do see him on there quite often and on a lot of the NBC like late night program or whatever. He's one of my favorite comics. I'd be happy to see him, but it's just so crazy. Like and now he's got this whole case going. Like, well, it's not a case, but he was investigated definitely. In this article, in USAtoday.com, a file details Secret Service investigation of John Mulaney. His Saturday Night Live monologue was deemed had inappropriate jokes in it. In an article written by James Laporta of the Associated Press, the U.S. Secret Service opened an investigation into comedian John Mulaney over jokes believed to be made about President, or now we can finally say, fuck ass bitch nigga former President Donald Trump on Saturday Night Live last year. According to records obtained by the Associated Press, Mulaney, who is 38 years old, revealed last month that the Secret Service had investigated the comedian and Saturday Night Live alum for inappropriate jokes about President Trump after he made, he used to write for Saturday Night Live. That makes a lot more sense. And he's fucking hilarious. I could totally see him being able to hack him. But they investigated him for inappropriate jokes about former President Trump after he made a joke about Roman dictator Julius Caesar, who was stabbed to death by a group of senators on the Ides of March. The file obtained by the Associated Press through Freedom of Information Act request showed the Bureau contacted NBC but did not interview the comedian for its inquiry, which found no wrongdoing. Another thing that happened under Julius Caesar, he was such a powerful maniac that all the senators grabbed knives and they stabbed him to death. That would be an interesting thing if we brought that back now, Mulaney said to laughter from the audience. Hell yeah, stab that bitch. John Mulaney hosted Saturday Night Live for the third time on Leap Day. The joke was said during Mulaney's opening monologue during the Saturday Night Live broadcast on February 29th of 2020. The Secret Service noted other remarks during the monologue, including, I asked my lawyer if I could make that joke. He said, let me call another lawyer, and that lawyer said yes. I don't dwell on politics, but I dislike the Founding Fathers immensely. I hate when people are like, God has never created such a great group of men than the Founding Fathers. Yeah, the 92 Bulls. That's a perfect metaphor for the United States. When I was a boy, the United States was like Michael Jordan in 1992. Now the United States is like Michael Jordan now. 2 days after Mulaney's Saturday Night Live monologue, law enforcement officials contacted Thomas McCarthy, the global chief security officer and senior vice president at NBC Universal, to express the agency's desire to discuss the joke with the comedian's attorney. The Secret Service file included a report from Breitbart entitled Saturday Night Live John Mulaney jokes that senators should stab Trump like Julius Caesar. First of all, I totally agree with that shit. Second of all, freedom of speech, bitch. He gets to say that. We're not in fucking China where we don't get to say what we want. Fuck Trump, bitch. President or nah, you don't get to do shit about that in America. And that's like the way you gotta be. Like, y'all can take Alex Jones, and I don't fucking like Alex Jones. I'm gonna preface this statement by saying I fucking hate Alex Jones. But I do agree with him having the right to say whatever the fuck he wants on his show. Now, do I agree that major streaming sites and apps should pull his shit? Absolutely. Spotify, y'all better not play his shit. Apple Podcasts, y'all better not play his shit. YouTube, it's a good thing y'all snatched all that bullshit off. However, I do constitutionally support the right for this man to be able to spew this venomous toxin whenever he decides to, without, punitive punishment. Like, no punishment should be involved as far as the government goes, as far as jail time and shit like that. The Secret Service, I went back too far. The investigation into Mulaney was opened in March and closed in December, 5 days after the comedian revealed the investigation during an interview with Jimmy Kimmel. The Secret Service file notes that Mulaney made no direct threats to Trump. Yeah, I said it right the first time. Chump. The person vetting me was very understanding that the joke had nothing to do with Donald Trump because it was an elliptical reference to him, Mulaney said to Kimmel. I didn't say anything about him in terms of risk management. No one who's ever looked at me thought I registered above a 1. He added, I said I have been making jokes about him since 2007, so I've been making fun of him for 13 years, Mulaney said. They said if it's a joke, then I'm cleared by Secret Service. Holy fuck. The fact that you gotta even go through that kind of shit over some jokes is just fucking hilarious to me altogether. So, on to the next story in today's Nerd News Update. So, who loves Willy Wonka? Right? Like, the Chocolate Factory, all that good shit. Well, guess what? We get a chance to find out a little bit more about Mr. Wonka in the upcoming prequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, brought to us by Warner Brothers. As a matter of fact, in this blog by The Hollywood Reporter, written by Aaron Couch on January 19th, the Paddington filmmaker Paul King will direct the project exploring the young days of Willy Wonka. Warner Brothers has set a date for Wonka, an origin story focused on the storied chocolate factory owner. Wonka will hit theaters on March 17th, 2023, and it is from Paddington Bear director Paul King and Harry Potter producer David Heyman. The studio describes it as focusing on a young Willy Wonka and his adventures prior to opening the world's most famous chocolate factory. Simon Rich wrote the original draft with Simon Farnaby and King penning the current draft. In the books by Ronald Dahl, Willy Wonka is the eccentric owner of a chocolate factory, with the character debuting in the 1964 book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The character also appeared in Dahl's sequel, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, published in 1972. Gene Wilder portrayed Wonka in the 1971 film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, helping make the character and the Oompa Loompas who work in his factory inedible parts of pop culture. Johnny Depp later stepped into the role of Wonka for the 2005 Tim Burton film. Wonka has been in the works for several years, with THR reporting King's involvement back in 2018. So far, Wonka has the March 17, 2023 date to itself. So there you have it, folks. I don't know about y'all, but I'm super excited to hear about Willy Wonka's life before owning the chocolate factory. Like, What could lead you to that life? How the fuck do you end up going to hunting for Oompa Loompas and shit? In the next story in today's Nerd News Update, as you guys probably know, Donald Trump's last day as the president was January 19th of this week. And the last thing he did before he exited office, which is, from what I hear, isn't that uncommon with presidents, where they issue some pardons on their last day as presidency. And Donald Trump issued over 100 of them motherfuckers. And in that 100 were rappers Lil Wayne and motherfucking Kodak Black. Go figure. Now it makes sense why the hell Lil Wayne had that Bill Cosby ass sweater on, shaking hands with Donald Trump, endorsing him for the presidency and shit. Like, talk about so he's doing a lot of shit for prison reform. Nah, nigga, he keeping your ass the fuck out of jail, bitch. According to hiphopdx.com, in an article written by Kyle Eustace, January 18th, Washington D.C. Despite the deadly insurrection at the U.S. Capitol building on January 6th and historic second impeachment of Donald Trump, the outgoing president will remain in office until the president-elect Joe Biden is sworn in on Wednesday, which has already happened. Of course, we already know this. But before Trump goes, he reportedly plans on pardoning Lil Wayne along with up to 100 other people on this last full day in office. According to Fox News, Trump will leave the White House for a final time on Wednesday morning after issuing around 100 pardons and communications to white-collar criminals, high-profile rappers, and jail Florida eye doctor. That's random as fuck. Wayne is currently facing a federal weapons charge stemming from a December 22, 2019 incident in Miami, which we already talked about on previous episodes, Verbnet Weekly. Last month, he struck a plea deal with the federal government and agreed to plead guilty to illegally possessing a loaded weapon, but still faces up to 10 years in prison if convicted. Early this morning, Bloomberg reported Kodak Black is also one of the list of potential pardons. So let's explore that shit. According to Revolt.com, Revolt.tv, in an article written by Samantha Gunn on January 20th, on the final day of presidency, just like the other article said, Donald Trump issued a pardon for Kodak Black. The rapper will now be freed from prison after serving over a year in jail for falsifying information on federal forms to buy 4 firearms from a Miami gun shop on 2 separate occasions. It's just some bullshit. Kodak was originally supposed to serve his 46-month prison sentence until 2022 after federal prosecutors denied his request to have his sentence reduced. He reportedly did not. So how the fuck did Daniel Hernandez, aka motherfucking 6ix9ine, get out of jail before Kodak Black? I'm just asking. Like, I knew the shit, I knew the timeline, but it wasn't till right now that I thought about this shit. I was like, hold up, bro. Y'all could have let Kodak. Y'all could have let Kodak and Bobby. Did Trump pardon Bobby Shmurda, bro? I'm gonna look that up, but hold on, let me finish this article. He reportedly did not provide them with a valid reason as to why his time in prison should be lowered. Kodak Black has not presented extraordinary and compelling reasons supporting his request for release. According to Assistant United States Attorney Bruce O'Brien, Kodak has not presented any reason supporting his request for release. He merely states he is not an evil person and promises to participate in community-based programs aimed at helping the younger generation. That simply is an adequate pursuit to the statute. Early this month, Lil Yachty asked Trump to communicate the no-flocking MC's prison sentence. Hey, Donald Trump, my friend Kodak Black deserves to be communicated. He tweeted on January the 4th. The system punished him way too hard for a paperwork crime. Hashtag free Kodak Black. Oh, hashtag free Kodak. Months before Yachty issued his plea, Kodak made his own. He offered to donate $1 million to a charity if Trump pardoned him before leaving office. If the president them free me, I'm going to spend $1 million on charity within the first year I'm out. That's on everything. That's my Kodak Black impression. The Florida native wrote in a now deleted tweet, additionally, Kodak threw in support behind the president for re-election. He tweeted his thoughts on Trump's platinum plan for Black America. I'm sorry. It's just so hard to take that bullshit seriously. What do you think of the platinum plan? Robert Cohen sent it to me and I read it. He tweeted last November, this is what the community needs, more ownership. The plan is right. I plan to help with justice reform when I'm out as well. Donald Trump. Hashtag justice reform. Hashtag prison reform. Oh my God, bro. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, happy birthday to Mac Miller, whose birthday just passed within the last couple of days. Shouts out to all the Mac heads out there. Happy birthday, man. Such a fucked up way to go. Speaking of gone, like, I just gotta reiterate, like, Hank Aaron is gone. It's part of today's topic. But also, this literally just in. Larry King is also dead. Like, okay, so I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I've been recording this episode for like 2 days. And I gotta level with you, man. I've been recording it because shit keeps happening. Like, Hank Aaron died, like, right when I finished. And then now motherfucking Larry King dead. We losing legends at the beginning of every year now. Is that how the year goes? Is that how everything just goes now? We lose somebody, a legendary status at the beginning. Are these the sacrificial lambs? Is this the only way we could keep getting double cheeseburgers, no onion, add mac sauce? These are the questions that keep me up at night. So, you guys ever heard of the Parler app before this week? Fucking me neither. But they've been the talk of the town ever since they've been kind of outed as being a place that harbors hate speech or some shit like that. And this article on, I don't know why I say article, in this blog post on TechCrunch.com, written by Lucas Matney on January 8th, Parler removed from Google Play Store as Apple Store suspension reportedly looms. Shortly after Twitter announced Friday afternoon that they were permanently suspending the account of President Trump, Google shared that they were removing Parler, a conservative social media app, for their Play Store immediately, saying in a statement that they were suspending the app until the developers committed to a moderation and enforcement policy that could handle objectionable content on the platform. In a statement to TechCrunch, a Google spokesperson said, in order to protect user safety on Google Play, our long-standing policies require that apps displaying user-generated content have moderation policies and enforcements that remove erogenous content like posts that incite violence. And that was the thing I was trying to fucking remember. All developers agree to these terms, and we have reminded Parler of this clear policy in recent months. We're aware of continued posting in the Parler app that seeks to incite ongoing violence in the U.S. We recognize that there can be reasonable debate about content policies and that it can be difficult for apps to immediately remove all violative content. But for us to distribute an app went through Google Play, we do require that apps implement robust moderation for erogenous content. In light of this ongoing and urgent public safety threat, we are suspending the app's licensing from the Play Store until it addresses these issues. Parler's Play Store page is currently down. The conservative platform garnered attention this week after posts surfaced detailing threats of violence and planning around Tuesday's chaotic Capitol building riots, which led to the deaths of 5 people, including the Capitol police officer. While more mainstream social media sites raced to take down violent content related to the riots, death threats, and violence were easy to find across the Parler platform. The app hosts accounts from a variety of conservative figures, including many of the president's family, though not the president himself. On Friday, BuzzFeed News reported that Parler had received a letter from Apple informing them that the app would be removed from the App Store within 24 hours unless the company submitted an update with a moderation improvement plan. Parler CEO John Matz confirmed that the action from Apple in a post on his Parler account where he posted a screenshot of the notification from Apple. We want to be clear that Parler is in fact responsible for all the user-generated content presented on your service and for ensuring that the content meets App Store requirements for the safety and protection of its users. Text from the screenshot reads, "We don't distribute apps that present dangerous and harmful content." The app remains available in the App Store, though users are currently complaining of technical issues. We have reached out to Apple for additional comment. They have left no comment. So Apple did what they always do and said, fuck y'all. We just gonna put some shit in the water. We ain't gonna take the app out. We're just gonna make it incredibly fucking hard for you to be able to download, work, and use this shit on Apple software. So you gotta remember, the store for Apple is owned by the same place that owns the hardware for Apple, right? So keep doing what you're doing. We don't give a fuck. We'll make money off of the idiots that keep wanting to download this violence inciting bullshit. But good luck working it on anything that allows you to download from the Apple market or the App Store. Good luck. And our last piece of nerd news for the day, we've gotten some more intel about the next Justice League movie. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this movie multitude of times. As a matter of fact, it is around the time that the first Justice League movie came out that I started Urban Nerd Weekly, so I've been pretty passionate about it ever since, especially since it was like, oh shit, because it was around the time Aquaman came out, and it was like, oh, Aquaman is like cool as fuck now. It doesn't look like somebody you gotta defend in debates about superheroes anymore. But the news is, according to Complex.com in an article by Jose Martinez on January 17th, Zack Snyder confirms that Justice League will be a 4-hour movie instead of a miniseries. More details continue to come out regarding Zack Snyder's Justice League, popularly known as the Snyder Cut. Snyder confirmed on Vero that his much talked about project will not be split up into a miniseries and will instead remain a movie with a whopping 4-hour motherfucking runtime. I added in the word motherfucking, cause damn, nigga. Damn. Snyder didn't classify his film as a miniseries during DC Fandom in August, but said it would be available in 4 parts lasting 1 hour each. It was unclear if HBO Max planned on releasing the Snyder Cut all at once, or if it would come out in a staggered format, similar to the way Disney Plus drops episode of The Mandalorian. In December, Snyder revealed that his version of Justice League would likely carry an R rating. Here's one piece of information nobody knows. The movie is insane and so epic, and is probably rated R. That's one thing I think will happen, that it will be a rated R version for sure. And that is a quote from Snyder. We haven't heard from the MPAA, but that's my gut, he said. The same month, Snyder announced plans for a March release with a hope that it would receive the same treatment as other Warner Brothers 2021 releases coming out in theaters and simultaneously in HBO Max. The Snyder Cut is still without a definitive date, but at least fans who have waited a long time for this film to see the light of day can remain confident that nothing appears to be standing in its way now. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited in the motherfucker about that shit. Like, I'm ready to sit for 4 hours. I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna go ahead and just what the shit? This just in, folks. Oh God, I'm never gonna finish this episode. New shit just keeps happening. So, alright, I'm all excited about the Snyder Cut of Justice League 4 hours, whatever. I'm streaming at home so I can take a piss and eat right next to the movie. Whatever. But I just found out also, according to Complex.com and an blog post by Abel Shifra, Dave Chappelle cancel show dates after testing positive for COVID-19. Bitch, what? Dave Chappelle was forced to cancel his upcoming socially distant shows in Austin, Texas after testing positive for COVID-19, reports TMZ. Chappelle is quarantined has yet to experience any symptoms. A representative for the 47-year-old comedian told TMZ 2 of the now canceled shows were set to feature appearances from Joe Rogan. Bitch, what? We was about to get motherfucking Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle in the same night? I'd have flew out to Texas for some shit like that. For real, if y'all want to keep it 1,000 with your boy. Chappelle is quarantining and has yet to experience any symptoms. That's something I already read. Speaking of Rogan, he was present at Stubbs' amphitheater, the location of the shows, with Chappelle, Elon Musk, and Grimes earlier this week. Because people are asking, Rogan said, I was not exposed to the person who had COVID, and I've tested negative every day this week. Also, the person that gave COVID to Dave was not Elon's partner, Grimes. Grimes previously revealed that she tested positive for COVID-19 earlier this month. Quote, finally got COVID, but weirdly enjoying the Dayquil Fever Dream 2021, she wrote, end quote, and she wrote that on her IG at the time. In 2020, Chappelle performed shows in Ohio that adhered to a COVID-19 protocols by administering rapid tests for audience members. Some of the famous faces that stopped by included John Hamm, Erykah Badu, Common, Talib Kweli, Michelle Wolf, Michael Shea, Tiffany Haddish, and Questlove on your motherfucking bitch ass. So, get well soon, Dave, man. Big shouts out to Dave Chappelle. I hope he feels better real soon. And, damn. If niggas ain't dying, they just catching the Rona. That's what's happening nowadays. I don't even like scrolling when I be reading the stories for the damn Nerd News update anymore. Because it's like, all of them got like another, like it got some other shit that's sad as fuck on the same website. Like I'm pausing like a motherfucker right now because I'm like, you know what? I need to stop scrolling because I keep on seeing sadder and sadder shit to click on. Like that's who we at. And this ain't got shit to do with today's episode, but I told y'all I was scrolling. Animaniacs reboot. Am I the only one watching that shit? I love that shit. That shit is hilarious as fuck. If you ain't checked out the Animaniacs reboot on Hulu yet, well, first of all, if you don't have Hulu, find a friend that has Hulu. Okay, let's be real. This is Atlanta. If you could fuck a bitch or fuck a nigga that got Hulu for the weekend, fuck the shit out of them and watch Hulu when they go to sleep. And watch Animaniacs on Hulu. I promise you, you won't regret it. You won't even feel dirty when you get home. You're going to be laughing your ass off about how funny Animaniacs was. Like, dead motherfucking ass. Just wanted to take a second to remind you guys about our amazing sponsors here at Urban Nerd Weekly. First, big shouts out to Sweet K's Cakery when it comes to cakes, cupcakes, cookies, pies, cake pops. I ain't even know what the fuck a cake pop was until I started fucking with Sweet K's Cakery. They got your back on them sweets though, like sweet tarts. You could probably call her up and be like, "Yo, can I get like 45 crepes that say like happy birthday bitch on them or something like that?" And she could probably hook you up on some real nigga shit. But just holla at Sweet K's Cakery, man. They got your back, especially when it comes to like large events like birthday parties, gender reveals, baby showers. You know what I'm saying? Just little, you know, family size celebrations in general is a specialty. So when you're trying to get some sweets up in there that look unique and customized, make sure you holler at them, man. Next up, we got Creative Customs. Shirts, draws, socks, bras, and all. Holla at Creative Customs to customize it all. When I say all, I mean all. I mean, if you want a Louis V rolling tray, and at the same time, you need some motherfucking Gucci pants with your name on them and shit, and it be real Gucci, holla at Creative Customs, man. You cannot go wrong. I mean, they literally got everything. Every time I go to their Instagram page, they got some new stuff going on. They got like rolling trays, lighters, and now Creative Customs actually has got some sea moss going on. So I've been reading up on sea moss, and it's like, oh damn, they're headed away. But this sea moss shit is really healthy. You can get like almost all of your nutrients, like just in like a spoonful of sea moss or some shit. I'm like, damn, fishes be healthy than a motherfucker then, right? But anyway, holla at Creative Customs if you want to find out more about all of that shit. Can't forget at all about 2580 The Gate and Marketing Department Management and Studios. Big shouts out to them over there in West Georgia, man, doing the damn thing. One of the ones that helped put me on game to figure out how to get this podcast and shit going the way that it's starting to go the way it is now. So if y'all need like a little help with brand management, just management in general, you need a digital, you know what I'm saying, manager or a social media manager, or somebody just help you improve your overall operations, man, make sure I holler at Marketing the Pie Studios. And if you talk to Shalisa Persons, tell her I sent you, and she'll make sure you get the extra hookup. Last but not least, we got Project South in conjunction with the Black Belt Radio Network, yet another network that Urban Nerd Weekly is a part of. Project South specifically is a program that we've linked up with here in Atlanta. And it is a really cool community outreach program, very hyper focused on making sure the youth of America have somewhere to hang out at, be sociable without getting into trouble, and also, you know, kind of tricks them into learning some things about how the world works. To expand more on that, Project South is a movement building organization founded in 1986 to strengthen community organization, develop accessible political education, and build people-centered infrastructure in the United States South. Based in Atlanta, Project South cultivates productive space for social movement leaders, organizations, and collaborations to build people power from the bottom up. Our work is informed by historical legacy and root cause analysis of our social and economic conditions. Project South recognizes the powerful role of media and communications in educating and activating our communities to work for racial, economic, and social justice, and remains committed to developing movement-driven communications infrastructure in the region. That's all a fancy way of saying they just trying to make sure y'all stay informed and know about the world that y'all live in. So when you make decisions about your future, you're not going into it blind. But yeah, man, big shouts out to Project South and the Black Belt Radio Network. And that's all of our sponsors. So if you guys don't mind, let's get into the good and the bad of this week and today's topic, with that being the inauguration and unfortunately as well the passing of both Henry Hank Aaron and Larry fucking King. Alright, so what was supposed to be a solo show, well, a solo topic in today's episode, which is the inauguration this past week, who saw those two deaths of Larry King and Henry Hank Aaron coming, you know what I mean? But Inauguration Day definitely deserves to get talked about first, right? So, of course, we're finally out of the Trump era of presidency. And I didn't say era as in E-R-A. I mean error as in E-R-R-O-R. Okay. But here's the skinny from Inauguration Day. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris was sworn in at the U.S. Capitol. Harris made history as the first female and first black and first South Asian vice president all at the same time. So, you know, your boy Barrio was giving her like major daps and props and shit, coming straight out the Chi-Town. Biden signed his first executive orders almost immediately, including actions to impose a mask mandate on federal property and to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is at Mar-a-Lago in Florida. He was the first president in 150 years to boycott his successor's inauguration. What a class act, guys? Fucking pussy. In an article on CNN.com by Betsy Klein, in addition to executive actions and memoranda, President Biden signed today, the Biden administration has an ambitious slate of additional actions for the first 10 days in office, many of which will roll back key policies established by his predecessor, aka dumbass chump. Starting Thursday, each day through the end of the month, with the exceptions of this weekend, will center around a specific theme with a set of corresponding actions and directives according to a draft of the calendar document sent to administration allies and viewed by CNN. Here are some themes. The 20th, inauguration and foreign crisis. 21st, COVID. 22nd, economic relief. 23rd through the 24th, weekend. The 25th, apparently someone's going to buy America. On the 26th, they're going to talk about equity. The 27th, climate. 28th, healthcare. 29th, immigration. And the 30th and the 31st, another weekend. And February is all about restoring America's place in the world. And I know how dismal that sounds, but as someone who knows what they know about America, that usually means somebody's about to die. The executive orders include things like a review of supply chain addition. Oh wait, this Thursday the theme of the first full day of Biden's presidency will be about coronavirus. There will be 6 executive orders and 1 presidential policy directive. The executive orders include things like a review of supply chain, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, economic relief. Had a goddamn poem by Amanda Gorman, Words Matter, blah blah blah. Like, she's kind of cute. Don't tell nobody I said that. But she is though. She chocolate as fuck. I can't even flex. Like, someone make a pretty beautiful chocolate baby with her that's like all politically aware and artistically inclined and shit. Obama, delivered a message of unity that night. It was just, and then Clinton came through. He slid through real quick, Him and Hillary weren't walking around with each other and shit, but they were both there at the same time, kicking shit or whatever. Bill had to make his round, see if some of his hoes showed up. Barack walking around trying to make the whole Democratic Party stay fucking credible. And bless his heart that some bitch got a smile that make you believe that shit, right? Like, damn, he really makes shit seem like it's still fine, don't he? Like, damn, we ain't had a president do that in a while. I mean, except Bill, but shit. Bill's shit didn't work because we knew he was bullshit, because that nigga straight up said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, knowing damn well you gave that bitch throat babies all in the Oval Office. Throat babies all in the Oval Office. So, yeah, that was Inauguration Day. Yes, that is exactly how I ended my conversation about Inauguration Day, by singing throat babies. But I didn't sing enough lyrics to get sued, bitch. So, whatever. But on to, and the next two aren't even really topics. They're just deeper acknowledgments. I really just wanted to say how fucked up it is that the year is starting off like this, man. If you guys don't know, Henry Hank Aaron is a baseball motherfucking legend. And you know what I'm saying, folks in Atlanta really, really fuck with Hank Aaron because he was that nigga, bro. But you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give y'all a little, you know what I'm saying, because I mean, he died at 86. You know what I'm saying? And he was one of the players that, like, for real, like, defied on some real shit, racism and professional athleticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Henry Louise Aaron, he was born in February. Damn, his birthday was coming up, bitch. Fuck, bruh. He was about to be 87. He was, hold up. So he died at 86. He was about to be 87 next month, bruh. Damn. Shouts out to Aquarius season, man. Damn, bruh. He's from Mobile, Alabama. Died right here in the A. He batted with his right through with his left. First game was April 13, 1954 for the Milwaukee Braves. Back when the Braves was in motherfucking Milwaukee. And that's part of the reason why we always fuck with Hank Aaron, because when the Braves came here, we was all fucking Braves fans and shit. I really feel like my grandma loves the Braves games, right? I feel like Hank Aaron is one of those people that made her a faithful watcher. To this day, my grandma crack a Pepsi. Well, she better not be cracking a Pepsi no more. I think she got diabetes or some shit. She better not be cracking no goddamn Pepsi. Matter of fact, y'all just made me realize I need to go check on my grandma. But she loves to watch the Braves games. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch the Braves games and the Falcons games with my grandma. Like, that's crazy, right? Like, most people talk about watching sports with, like, their dad or, like, their grandpa. Nah, bro. I used to watch the Braves and the Falcons games with my grandma, dog. She still is a hardcore fan. Oh, my God. I just scared myself by saying, well, she is a hardcore fan. Because both my grandmas still here. So, fuck the bullshit. But, yeah, man, so... Rest in peace. Actually, we started a new thing because I'm tired of people dying. We talking about nerd in peace. Nerd in peace to Henry Hank Aaron, one of the greatest baseball nerds to ever play the motherfucking game. Also, a little nerd in peace to motherfucking Larry King, bruh. Like, I literally was finding out Larry King died while I was recording this episode. So I'm like trying to bring it all together. But if y'all don't know, you know, Larry King, you know, one of the, you know, a very famous American television, radio, and show host or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He used to do the little segments on the news channel and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bruh. Motherfucking Larry King is gone. So, big shouts out to a talk radio nerd in peace, to motherfucking Larry King, bruh. Before we head up out of here, man, I just want to give a couple of quick shouts out to my guy Von Roberts out there in Cali doing his thing on YouTube and across the country on stages, man, wrecking the fuck out of this shit, showing y'all niggas how to do this. Big shouts out to Von Roberts, man. If y'all ain't, check out some of his comedy specials on YouTube. Shouts out to my guy Max Dunham, my guy, you know what I'm saying, aka Richie Rich. You know what I mean? Shouts out to my boy Tracer and the What's Brewing Bruh podcast. Another big shouts out to everybody on Podcast City Network, man. Each and every episode, you know what I'm saying, y'all been helping, you know what I'm saying, keep the show growing, and I really do appreciate that shit, man. Especially since, you know what I'm saying, like, we just kind of linked up this year during the pandemic and all this craziness going on, man. It's been a wild ride, but I can't wait for the rest of the wild ride this year. Like, Podcast City Network, bitch. Like, gang, what's happening? That's about all we got for today, man. Oh, yeah, big shouts out to Dope Ass. Big shouts out to Capricornia. Forever nerd in peace to Dope Ass Capricorn, man. Long live Wendy, bruh. So that's all we got for this episode, man. My name is Spayce. I was here, but now I'm